Good evening, class. I hope everyone is doing well. So, of the many topics that we covered during this semester for accounting, the one that's really stuck by me is earnings management. For those who might not recall what it is, it's just a process whereby an entity recognizes revenues in a way that reduces volatility and just shows a positive picture, whether to the investors or to the market in general. So basically, this is not a fraudulent practice, but it just treads in that fine line where it can be outright fraud when it's mismanaged or when the intents of the entity are not as pure. So examples of good earnings management is where maybe you're a seasonal company and you tend to have high earnings during a particular period of a year and low earnings during other times. For example, if you're selling Christmas products, you are highly going to be making too much money maybe on the fourth quarter where Christmas is, and then other quarters you don't. So you're allowed to actually recognize some of that revenue earlier or just after that season so that you just show consistency in your books. But then there are instances like this article that I read on the Wall Street Journal, where United Health Group, where they have their business, which is Medicare Advantage, where they are being investigated, where they were being investigated actually in July. This is recent, by the Department of Justice for possible earnings management, which fell in the realms of fraud. So this was a serious case, and when the Wall Street Journal reported this, their stocks plummeted by 8%. And another thing that was really raising eyebrows about this whole case is that they even somewhat misled their investors by sharing optimistic projections or overly optimistic projections, which they later cut back on. And then another thing, their medical insurance company, so it was suspected that they were recording transactions that were showing higher earnings than normal. And this raised really high concerns, such that their CEO even stepped down. And on the announcement of the CEO stepping down, the stocks plummeted further down 18%. So this was a really interesting topic of how earnings management in practice is a good thing, but over time it could be used against the normal realms, and then it becomes outright fraud. That's basically it, and thank you for your time.